this video, we are trying to understand the cyclic structures of carbohydrate. So we have already seen that carbohydrate, the carbon has a tetrahedral structure as we have seen here. Now what happens is when two carbons are linking, so therefore if the bond angle becomes 109. So we can connect with the third carbon. So the third carbon, and we can also connect it with the fourth carbon. The fourth carbon is connected. Okay, let us connect it with the fifth carbon. Connect it with the fifth carbon atom. So when you connect it with the fifth carbon atom, it forms something like this, fifth carbon. Okay, now what happens when you form this kind of a cyclic structure is, I'm keeping it here, what happens is, if you consider this is carbon number 1, this is carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5. So if the fifth carbon is very close to carbon number 1. So therefore what happens is, this carbon forms a linkage with oxygen. So therefore, and this linkage, it forms something like this. So effectively, so the linkage is, this is how it forms a structure. Let us see how exactly this linkage is formed, and then we will take up this structure again. So therefore, first of all, let us write the structure of glucose molecule here. So therefore, glucose can be written like this. Carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, this is carbon 3, this is carbon 4, this is carbon 5, and this is carbon 6. Okay, this is glucose. Okay, so let us also number this carbon atom in order to have clarity. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So as we have seen in the figure, what happens is carbon number 5 becomes close to carbon number 6. And let us understand that oxygen is highly electronegative. So therefore what happens is, it will develop a negative charge here. So since oxygen is developing a negative charge because of the double bond, there will be a mild positive charge on the carbon atom. And the similar thing will happen to carbon number 5 also. So therefore, hydrogen will have a positive charge and oxygen will have a negative charge. So then what happens is, this positive charge of the hydrogen attracts this oxygen, and the negative charge of the oxygen will attract this carbon, and a linkage is formed. So therefore, this linkage results into, as we have seen, into a kind of a cyclic structure. Okay, it forms a cyclic structure like this. Now remember, either sixth carbon atom, that is with a hydroxyl group, that will be upward like this. Okay, so this is going to be the sixth carbon atom, and this sixth carbon atom, within in the plane of the paper, it will be projected outward. So you can see that it is projecting outward. So this is how the ring structure is formed. So therefore, the kind of ring structure that formed is between carbon number 1 and 5. Because of this linkage that is formed, what happens to this is this can be rewritten as, so this becomes an OH, and this is a hydrogen. So all the other structures are the same. So second carbon is OH, third is H, fourth is OH, and the fifth one, because this oxygen is entering into a linkage with this carbon, we write it like this. Okay, so, and that is the fifth one, and this is a sixth one. So this will be H, and this is whatever is on the left hand side, this is OH, and this is H. So we have written a structure like this. Since the OH is on the right hand side, let us call this one alpha D glucose. Okay, we'll call it alpha D glucose. Okay, and we can also have this OH on the left hand side. It all depends on this OH. This OH is attacking this keto group from the left side or from the right side. So if it from the left side, we can have a structure like this. So OH is here, and this is H. All other carbons are the same. Okay, and now remember, this is, it is attacking on the left side. So therefore, Okay, so therefore, and this is CH2OH, and this will be H, OH, H. So since it is attacking on the left side, this OH which is on the left side, we shall call this one, this is beta D glucose. So you see that there are two types of conformations. One is an alpha conformation because the OH is on the right hand side. Then there is a beta conformation because the OH is on the left hand side. So these are the two conformations that are possible in the case of glucose. Now what is important is we need to learn how to write a ring structure. Now because of this internal arrangement, what will happen is this molecule can exist in the ring structure. So now the ring structure is a kind of, because it is a 5-carbon atom, so it will exist in a ring structure. We will draw this in the middle. So the ring structure it can form is, okay, so this is the ring structure it forms. This is called a pyranose ring structure. Pyranose. Okay, it forms a pyranose ring structure. Now what is important for us is how to represent these structures in the pyranose ring structure. So the simple rule is whatever is on the right hand side, first of all let us number the carbon atom. So this is going to be 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So therefore, let us call this one number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Remember, in the case of carbohydrate, we write this number outside the ring. So that is one rule that you need to remember. It is to avoid complications when we have to deal with the nucleic acids. Now, whatever is on the right hand side, we will write it on below the ring. So therefore, this is a hydroxyl group which is on the right hand side. So we will write here below the ring OH. So second carbon atom, this also right hand side, we write below the ring. Third carbon atom on the right hand side is, this is hydrogen. Fourth carbon atom, it is hydroxyl group here. Fifth carbon atom, so that has entered into a linkage with the carbon number 1. So, and this is the sixth carbon atom. So this is CH2OH. So this is how we write the structure. So you can fill with the remaining thing. So I'll use a different ink so that you're clear about it. This is hydrogen. This is hydrogen. This will be hydroxyl group. This will be hydrogen. Okay. So this is the structure of alpha D glucose. Alpha D glucose. Now since it is a pyranose form, we call it alpha D glucopyranose. Okay, we call it alpha D glucopyranose. Now we can also write, similarly we can write the structure of beta D glucopyranose. How do we write the structure of beta D glucopyranose? So it is, once again, it is very simple. Let us create a little space here. So therefore, again, first you draw the ring structure. Ring is drawn. Okay, this is, as you know, carbon number 1. So therefore, carbon number 1 has got a hydrogen on the right hand side. This is hydroxyl group on the right hand side. Third carbon, hydrogen is on the right hand side. Fourth carbon atom, either hydroxyl group is on the right hand side. And this is the fifth one, and CH2OH. Right? What is on the left hand side? So we will use the red ink to denote that. On the left hand side, you have an OH. And here there is a hydrogen. And here there is an OH. And here there is a hydrogen. Okay. So this is how the structure of, this is the called either beta D glucopyranose. Beta D glucopyranose. So we have learned how to draw the structure of, how to draw in the ring structures of the cyclic structures. These cyclic structures were initially formulated by a very famous scientist called Haworth. Okay, so therefore these are called Haworth's formula, Haworth's ring structure. In the earlier video, we have seen interaction between carbon number 1 and 5 can result into a pyranose ring structure. So therefore, Now let us look at another possibility. So in the case of carbon number 4, there can be a negative charge here on oxygen and a positive charge on the hydrogen. And similar to that, earlier we have seen oxygen will have a negative charge and carbon will have a positive charge. So there is a possibility that a ring can be formed between carbon number 1 and 4. Okay, there is a possibility of ring formation. This will result into a Furanose ring structure. So it is a 5 carbon ring structure. So before we write the Furanose ring structure, let us try to write the structure in the alpha and the beta conformation. So therefore this will we'll use the black one. So this will be COH, and this is hydrogen. This is second carbon atom, no issue, second, third hydrogen, and this is forming a link with the carbon. Okay, you can see that it is forming a link with oxygen, and this will be hydroxyl group here, that is important, and this is CH2OH, and this will be H, and this will be OH, and this will be H, and this will be H. So therefore, since the hydroxyl group is on the right hand side, we call this one alpha D glucose. This is alpha D glucose, but it will be in the Furanose form. And let us keep the hydroxyl group on the left hand side. We can have OH here, OH, H, and the link is formed here, OH and CH2OH. Okay, H here. So this will be the beta form, beta D glucose, but it will be in the Furanose form. Furanose. No confusion. So beta D glucofuranose. Beta D glucofuranose it is. So now let us learn to write the ring structure of each of these. So therefore we will rub this center portion and we are going to write the ring structure. So what is most important is we begin with this oxygen. So therefore a Furanose ring structure is drawn. A Furanose ring structure. Now in this Furanose ring structure, remember this is carbon number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. And 5 and the 6th carbon atom, let us represent the 5th and the 6th carbon atom. So that is going to be, it is H, OH and CH2OH. 5th and the 6th are written. In the first carbon atom, as we have seen, hydroxyl group on the right hand side, this is H and this is H. Second, hydroxyl group on the right hand side. Third, hydroxyl group here. Hydrogen is on the right hand side, and the 4th is entering into a linkage, and the 5th are shown there. Start. So the 4th here, hydrogen, and that is how we will draw. So this will be hydroxyl group, this will be hydrogen. So this is alpha D glucofuranose. Glucofuranose. Okay, so this is how we draw the Furanose ring structure. You know that just by altering the carbons here, we will be able to make beta D glucofuranose also. So that is for you to write and learn it. So this is how we have learned right now how to make either pyranose and the Furanose ring structure for an aldose.